all started with Stan's questionable act of kindness, saving the world from bad karaoke.
He yanked the cord out of the speaker.
The next day, Cal planted an earworm in Stan's head about talent shows.
Cal, I cracked it. The missing donuts case is really about hidden juggling talent.
Stan, that's not evidence. That's you auditioning for a neighborhood talent show.
Only with these two could pastry theft turn into a talent search.
Cal, if we can solve mysteries, we can host a talent show.
Stan, Scooby Snacks won't cover the insurance liability.
It was a leap, but hey, neighborhood morale was already in a free fall.
The talent show has its headliner, John Anderson himself.
Forget juggling donuts. If John Anderson's in, they may actually have a shot.
Mr. Anderson, we present the Neighborhood Talent Show and a chance for YOU to headline the program.
Projected audience, 12 neighbors, 3 confused dogs, and 1 guy who thinks this is an HOA meeting.
And just like that, the pitch was live. Equal parts ambition and impending disaster. Classic Cal and Stan. Catch it live on
Good
Kindness
morning,
Spotlight.
good morning,
Don't
good
forget to
morning.
subscribe.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome right here into the Fox Den. This is Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I come here every Monday morning, actually every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. to get your day started with a little hope, humanity, humor, and heart as we kick off this week's Failure Week. I know failure doesn't sound like something you want to start your week with, but here's the truth. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the tuition you pay to learn. And nobody illustrates that better than our favorite little duo.
Cal, our plan's solid. Spend first, earn later.
Stan, that's not a plan. That's reverse budgeting.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
Well, I think that's called an investment, actually, but we just don't want people camping there. Put a little money into it to get started, but don't get stuck in spending. Shamrock Flow, welcome. Welcome, Shamrock Flow. It's good to see you here at the Kindness Rising. Yes, absolutely. We're going to talk money lessons today. We've all been there, spending before the money comes in, thinking the next paycheck covers the last mistake. It doesn't make you a failure. It just means you're learning the hard way. And that brings me to today's Kindness Spark. Here's the thing. Money and failure. Most of us were raised to think failure meant we weren't good enough. It was ingrained in us, not just by our parents, but also by the institutions that shaped us. In school, you got that red F on a paper. It wasn't treated as a chance to learn. It was shame. It was a mark that you weren't measuring up. In your church, failure was often framed as moral weakness, like you disappointed not just your community, but something higher. And in our families, especially for Gen X, money mistakes weren't really conversations. They were whispers, secrets, sometimes explosions at the dinner table, but we internalized them. The idea that failure wasn't a stepping stone, it was a scarlet letter. And also Gen X, we grew up with 2 different storylines playing side by side in our culture. On one channel, we had slick fantasies, those 1980s high gloss things like Miami Vice with their pastel suits and their cocaine cartels, and lifestyles of the rich and famous telling us what it meant to have yachts and champagne, and that was what equaled success. But on the other channel, there was Hill Street Blues. They were exposing broken down precincts, St. Elsewhere, showing us the cracks in our healthcare system, and even Cagney and Lacey pulling back the curtain on the struggle of real people with real jobs. In life, most of us were probably closer to the grit than the gloss. We knew that everyone stumbled, everyone carried debt, made bad choices, got knocked off balance. We weren't just out there chasing yachts. We were learning how to hustle, how to balance, and how to survive when things didn't go as planned. The problem is nobody taught us how to own those failures as part of growth. Failure teaches resilience. It teaches creativity. It forces you to get resourceful, and sometimes those failures point you toward a better path than success ever could. Here's the key though. Be kind to yourself when you miss. Balance comes from owning the misstep, not ignoring it. And curiosity That's just turning failure into that spark of discovery. So instead of hiding your stumbles, use them as a new beat in your story. All right, what's going on with our boys, Cal and Stan, as they prepare for the talent show?
I stuck to the talent show budget today.
You didn't make one.
Exactly. No plan, no failure.
I think they're struggling a little bit with their money means as they get ready for Friday's talent show. We had quite a week last week as leading up to it, and they're still focused on that. But let's move on. Let's move on to our kindness spotlight. I'll check into the comments real quick here. Looks like a few people have jumped in. Adam Holroyd, good to see you. What's Shaken Nation says mornings in the lab with Keith and friends. Keith, Melissa, I think Jimmy's back today. Absolutely. And Lady Drew, of course, always here with us. We appreciate you so much. I hope you all had a great weekend. And we are rocking and rolling here on Kindness Rising, the morning channel that gets you up with hope, humanity, and humor. Today, our spotlight shines on two nonprofits helping people recover financially after setbacks. The first one's called Operation Hope. It's a nonprofit that's been around since the early 90s with a simple but powerful mission: make financial literacy accessible to everyone. They provide free coaching, money, credit, small businesses, whatever people need. Their focus is on underserved communities, with folks most likely to get left behind by the banks and financial institutions. This probably is only growing. There's going to be more and more people with this as we continue to work against that. So over 5 million people served. Operation Hope has proven that knowledge really is power, and with the right education, financial failure doesn't have to be a dead end. We've also got the Mission Asset Fund. They're based in San Francisco. I don't know if Mike Sullivan's on with us today, but Mike is out there in San Francisco. This group helps low-income families and immigrants build financial security through lending circles. Their mission shows that when you treat trust as currency, you create lasting financial growth. And they remind us that small, consistent actions, one payment, one coaching session, one circle of support at a time, that's what builds momentums. Failures may throw you off balance, but steady act every day creates the daily rhythm that gets you back into your flow. All right. Oh, Mike Sullivan. This is Mike Sullivan. You're Shamrock Flow. Nice. Dude, you've got a new YouTube channel? All right. I'll be interested to see what's going on with that. Your Future Health and Wellness Mindset coaching channel. That's awesome. We should talk about that. Absolutely. I'll get it out there. We here at the Mornings in the Lab might be able to help you, Mike. So we'll talk to you about that. Okay. Moving on. A little different show today. Still playing with the buttons. I love the buttons. Excuse me, little.
Stan, where's the 20 I gave you?
I'm invested in snacks.
Yeah, that's called spending. Yeah.
Only if you don't believe in returns.
That's very interesting. I think he might have his investment priorities a little messed up right now, but he's trying to figure out how to make this talent show a go on Friday, and we'll have to see as the week progresses how they approach their failures. All right, here's the key takeaway for today. We always like to give you something to walk away with, everyday thoughts. You're going to be hearing more consistent themes over these over time. I'm just teasing that a little bit as we continue to retool and make our shows better for you and give you what you want. All right, these are what I'm calling my fail-proof 5. 5 things that we want to walk away with today. I hope they are helpful. I know they're helpful for me, even just to think about. So here's the truth. Failure doesn't guarantee success. It only works if you learn from it. You get knocked down, you get backed up. You dust yourself off and you move on. The key is having a little bit of introspection. When that failure happens, take a second and try to learn from it. That's the key. The key is to learn, to try something different, to iterate, and to move on. Having introspection will help you. I call it doing a postmortem. When something dies or something fails, we learn from it. We do the postmortem on it. We check it out, what happened at the end, and that helps us to plan for the next situation. Here's a myth I want to bust. This is our second of our fail-proof 5. Myth busted. Failing fast. That isn't the goal. Learning fast is the goal. It's okay to fail fast. You do want to get out there, take some risks, and take action every day. But learning fast is the goal, not failing fast. You want to be smart and intentional with your risks. Try new things. Be curious, but learn from them and learn fast. Here's a secret. Number 3, my secret. Near misses can fuel long-term wins. If you stay in the game and you choose to learn. This is iteration. This is, you try something, you evolve, you move on. This is the key, to always continue moving that forward, iterating and innovating for new things, and that will help your growth. Steps to take. Here's a step I want you to take. I already talked about it a little bit, but pause, reflect, and adjust. Then try again, just smarter. It's all about action. That's one of the themes we're going to be talking about here on Kindness Rising on a regular basis. Things like action, things like balance, curiosity. Those are some of the concepts we're leaning into here on Kindness Rising to get us started with positivity every day. And the last is just remembering this, your confidence boost. Mistakes don't make you weaker. They make you more relatable. You want to talk about those mistakes. I'm going to talk about some of mine, not all the time, but I'm not going to just say I made this mistake and woe is me. It's I made a mistake and this is what I learned. That's my experience that I bring here to the Kindness Rising channel. Think of this like tuning up after a bad note. These 5 steps. Awareness resets you, and the sustain is growth that rings long after you stumble.
Cal, money talks.
Yours just says goodbye.
And out there saying goodbye to his money, but investing in those snacks for the talent show. We'll have to see what the heck happens there with all of that. Absolutely. All right. All right. Okay. We always like to talk a little bit. Oh, I'm going to jump into comments again real quick before I get too far away. Shamrock Flow, that's our buddy Sully out in the West Coast. Michael Global, shamrocks are clovers, but not all clovers are shamrocks. Interesting. Interesting. Abundance of carrots. Okay. I appreciate all of the botany going on in the comments right now. Michael and Shamrock Flow talking about growing their shamrocks and their carrots. All right, all right. Sounds like fun. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about branding. I always do talk about branding here on Kindness Rising. It's what we do on the Mornings in the Lab Network. It's what we do as we're setting up our channels for sure. But here's the thing. How brands handle failure is often what can make or break them. How you handle failure is part of your brand. It shows people what you do when the chips are down or when you make a mistake, because those are going to happen. If you're not making mistakes, you're not taking enough risks, but your brand is going to show in the way that you handle. Your character is going to come through in the way you handle those setbacks, the way you learn and grow from them. Think about New Coke bouncing back to Coke Classic. There's people who put out, musicians who put out that dud album and they come back. There's always a comeback. And also America loves a comeback story. I believe that truly. If you look at the stories that we watch, people love comeback stories. So the lesson is that real trust comes from owning your mistakes and rebalancing them. Balance, that's a key word we're going to be talking about. And self-awareness, we're going to call that attunement. We're tuning our instrument. We're staying in tune when we have self-awareness. We're watching for things. How are we reacting to things? Could we have done it better? All those things, that's personal growth. When you carry those lessons forward, the resonance lasts longer than the flop. And that's the mark of growth, for sure.
There has to be a better way.
Where have you been, brother?
Dave, I've been working on a new podcast.
Ditch the podcast idea, man. Start hosting a live show instead. But how? Easy. Join the Mornings in the Lab live network. All you got to do is show up. The lab takes care of the rest.
You guys are the best.
Live beats boring, pre-recorded podcasting every time. True motherfucking story. Join the Mornings in the Lab live network today.
Here at Mornings in the Lab Network, I open up the day every day, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. I'm Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Then at 8 o'clock, you get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, where they are cranking it up just another notch to help you not hit that snooze button. Get up and get after it. I appreciate everyone that comes out here to the show. Thank you. We are building a community here. We have a great loyal community. Those of you who haven't subscribed to the channel or haven't jumped in and watched us every morning at 7:30 a.m., get involved in the community. We have the greatest group of people here who are stepping up every day, consistent followers who want to learn and grow together, have a little bit of fun, connect in the community. Make sure you subscribe and connect in the community. You're going to run into people like Lady Drew Bozier, who is our dose of always of hope and positivity. We've got Mike Sullivan out in San Francisco, getting up and getting after it, starting to look into his own show and his own development. We've got Global Michael, always with interesting insights. Absolutely. You guys are out there every day. Adam Holroyd, the OG, he's always out there getting up and after it with us too. So join our community and get involved. And also remember that Mornings in the Lab Network, we're also a business. We have a lot of fun. We're getting up, getting after it, building our worlds, the intersection of AI and humanity, and we can help you do that too. If you want your own 30-minute show, not a podcast, podcasts are dead. We're going to create shows. We're going to be entertaining. And remember, we are talking about personal branding within our 5-ingredient recipe: experience, expertise, authenticity, trust, and entertainment. It's what we do here at Mornings in the Lab Network, and we want you to be a part of it. So please come join me. Find me. My name is Matthew Roof. I'm the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I'm here on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. Please try not to find me. No, I'm kidding. I am trying to get out there, get my message out there to everyone that I can, and help you to bring your best self, your experience, expertise, authenticity, trust, and entertainment to the world to make it a better place. This is the future right here at the Mornings in the Lab Network. And speaking of the Mornings in the Lab Network, I mentioned it before. Get over and see Keith, John, and friends over on the Mornings in the Lab Network. Get behind the paywall with Keith. He's showing us every day how to use these tools and how to learn and grow behind the paywall. A lot of great education and special content back there for you over there. But here's the bridge for the show today. Today, we're going to take you from here at Kindness Rising, where we're talking about failure, talking about money, and sometimes we fail forward, and sometimes we fail forward in conversation too. When we disagree, most of us either avoid it or go all in swinging. But thoughtful disagreement done with kindness turns conflict into clarity. And that's what Keith and the crew are diving into: the lost art of thoughtful disagreement, how to challenge ideas without tearing people down. If money failure teaches us balance and self-awareness, thoughtful disagreement teaches us how to sustain growth in relationships. Don't camp out in stubbornness. Learn to retune together.
Stan, speed eating your burritos isn't a talent.
Yes, it is. And if you disagree, your tacos are next.
Sure, Stan knows how to have an unreasonable disagreement. He wants to eat all the burritos, and he's going to eat Cal's tacos too. I'll tell you, these guys, they got some learning to do, but they're going to get over there with Keith, John, and friends, and they're going to help us and help themselves to learn and grow through it. Don't forget, all week long, Cal and Stan and the rest of us here at Kindness Rising, we're preparing for that live talent showcase on Friday. I'm not sure what's going to be happening, but it's a story that we're building all week as we watch those guys get prepared for it. Every failure, every laugh, every lesson, it all crescendos with the talent show. So don't miss it on Friday. Come back and watch their story unfold for sure. All right, checking back into the comments. Michael, Lady Drew, you guys are here still. We appreciate you. Keith and Johnny's shows are wonderful. Oh, that's cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We do think our shows are cool too. We think it's a cool place to come hang out, someplace that's a little bit different than what's out there. I know you guys have a choice in where you spend your time, and we want you to choose us to get up and get after it with positivity every day. Absolutely. So I talked a little bit about it before. One of the things that we talk about in terms of our authenticity is building in front of you. We're changing as we go here. We make adjustments as we fail. We learn things. We look at analytics. We are definitely a business here. So we're doing all of those things. And one of the things that I'm doing here on Kindness Rising is I'm getting into a little more consistency with the kinds of concepts that I talk about, a little bit more of the things that I can bring every day, and a philosophy that really describes and illuminates the brand that is Kindness Rising in the uncommon kindness world. Absolutely getting that. And these are the things that we're going to be talking about. The number one thing is always kindness. We lean into kindness. Every day we are focused on acting kindly. And that's the second thing we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about action. At Kindness Rising, we get up and we take action every day. So we've got kindness, we've got action. The next one is balance. We're going to talk about balance. We're going to talk about life balance, because life, man, it's full of everything that it can give us, right? But we have to find balance, work, life balance, balanced perspectives, understanding that there are lots of opinions out there in the world, and formulating our own worldview through that kind of balance. We're talking about curiosity, asking good questions, always leaning into learning, looking after what we can gain from learning knowledge that we can apply to our life. Curiosity is one of our key pillars that we're going to lean into. We're going to talk about self-awareness. Self-awareness is the key. It all starts with being aware of how things are affecting you inside, how we react, how we behave in situations. Self-awareness is the key to growth. And that's the last of our 6 key philosophies or key things, values that we're going to be talking about, which is growth. We are outcome driven here. We have objectives, we have goals, but we also have to recognize that growth is a goal. Growth can be a reward. Just the growth itself, the change, the evolution. That's the beauty of life, the ebbs and flows and the growth that we achieve through self-awareness, through curiosity, by finding balance in our life, and of course, leading with kindness. Always kindness, kind action, right? We don't just do kind acts, we act kindly. All the things that we do. That's how we help the world get to be a better place. That's how we'll grow together here at Kindness Rising and in the Mornings in the Lab Network. Be driven, you're over there, buddy. All right. I was wondering if you were okay. I'm glad you're there, Buzzy B. Thanks for joining us here on Kindness Rising. I know you're going to get over to Mornings in the Lab for sure. I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming out. Thanks for coming to Kindness Rising every day at 7:30 a.m. Today we talked a little bit about failure. It's going to be a failure week, actually. We're going to continue to follow our weekly flow in terms of general topics. We talk about money and work on Monday, lightly, not real heavy stuff. Tuesday is lifestyle and arts, where we talk about culture and all that kind of stuff. Wellness Wednesday, we're talking about our health, our mental, our physical health. On Thursday, we get into relationships. We're going to talk about all the ways that we relate to the world, both with the people that we interact with, whether that's at work, at home, in the street, whatever the case may be, but also our relationship to the world at large. And then lastly, we're going to keep going with our little bit of fun Fridays. I've been calling them Fandom Fridays. I want to bring this Gen X nostalgia, where I spend a lot of time in my memories, and I know you guys do too. And there are tons of lessons along those six pillars that I talked about that come from our fandom. So that's always going to be the connection. Also, keep an eye out on the Kindness Rising YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. There's lots of changes coming to there with playlists and other things that we're going to be building on YouTube. That's our primary platform for Mornings in the Lab Network. It's what we do here. We also have a lot of other tools that we use to make this program go forward, and we're going to show you and talk to you guys about it. The one I like to talk about a lot is the music. I'm still searching for that exact vibe that's going to be the Kindness Rising vibe, but I'm having fun doing it. I know I throw a lot of different music at you, but I appreciate you. And that's the other thing that I wanted to say before this is all over, and that is this. I am about growth, improvement, and learning. And one of the most important ways to grow and learn is to listen to feedback. And I'm asking you for your feedback. Don't be afraid to tell me what you think. I appreciate it. I can handle it if it's a little critical. I, of course, love the support that's always out there. Let's get up and get after it together. I'm doing this for you as much as for me, and I want it to be valuable to you. So please don't be afraid to send me that feedback. I appreciate it. I lean into it for sure. All right. That's Kindness Rising for this Monday morning. We're getting up and getting after it every Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. Remember, failures aren't tombstones. They're stepping stones. The trick is to fail forward, fail with humor, and fail with kindness. Kindness to the world and kindness to yourself, because that's how we actually grow. And this week, we'll keep proving that failing doesn't make you less. It makes you more. Right here on Kindness Rising, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. I appreciate all of you coming out to the show. And that's it for today. I appreciate everyone. I'm going to leave you with a little Cal and Stan and run through their money storyline. Oh, just had a technical glitch here. All right. Run through their little money storyline. Stick with us. Stick with them. We're going to keep going with these stories, and we want to hear from you.
I stuck to the talent show budget today.
You didn't make one.
Exactly. No plan, no failure.
Cal, our plan's solid. Spend first, earn later.
Stan, that's not a plan. That's reverse budgeting.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
Stan, where's the 20 I gave you?
I'm invested in snacks.
Yeah, that's called spending.
Yeah. Only if you don't believe in return.
Cal, money talks.
Yours just says goodbye.
For today, I appreciate everyone that comes out. Get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends and continue the fun. And as always, stay uncommon and stay kind.